Elements of Literature, Part 2, Plot. Hey guys, Mr. Barrick here with your second video in our Elements of Literature video series. In this video, we're going to be talking about plot. I wonder, do you know what the plot is to your favorite book or show or movie? While you watch, think about each of the different parts of plot and where they would be in your favorite book, show, or movie. As always, if you have questions, be sure to write them down as we go. Enjoy! Okay, so first we have to talk about what is plot. In your own words, and without watching ahead, what is plot? Pause the video now so you can answer this on your phone. Great. I know you all came up with excellent answers, or maybe you just drooled on your keyboard. Either way, let's talk about what plot is. Well, the definition of plot is a series of events that describe what happens in a story. It's what happens in the story. Although every story is different, and they have different details and different characters, they all share the same basic plot elements. They can be mapped out, as you can see in this plot map. We have the exposition, the rising action, the climax, the falling action, and the resolution. Now let's look at each of these in a little bit more detail. The exposition, simply put, is where the characters and conflicts are first introduced and the setting is established. It's the beginning of any story. It's like when you first read a Spider-Man comic and you learn who Peter Parker is. That he's a boy who lives in New York with his aunt and uncle and gets bitten by a radioactive spider and, well, you know the rest. All that information would be found in the exposition of the story. After the exposition, we have the rising action. The rising action is the part of the story where the tension starts to build and to get stronger. It's the part where you know that Thanos is coming and he's starting to acquire all of those Infinity Stones, and the conflict between him and the Avengers is getting closer and it's getting bigger. So the rising action rises and rises until there's so much tension that we get to the climax. The climax is the moment of greatest tension and excitement. Often a character is asked to make a choice that will affect the rest of the story. Spoiler alert, it's when Tony Stark sacrifices himself in Endgame in order to defeat Thanos. After the climax is the falling action, which is the part of the story where the tension is released after the climax has taken place, where things start to get resolved and figured out. It's the funeral scene for Tony Stark after the battle has been won. The falling action continues to fall to the point of the resolution, or the denouement, as Squilliam Fancy Son might call it. It is the point where all the major conflicts have been resolved and the story ends. It's the part where Captain America passes the torch to Falcon. Speaking of resolutions and conclusions, that's the end of this video. Be sure to fill out your guided notes form and write down any questions that you have. I will talk to you again soon. Bye.